Hi there. Welcome to class. I'm Miss Faust. Yes, indeed. We're going to have a punctuation review today because there will be a punctuation test next class period. I'll talk some more about that when we get down to the assignment, which is 2 parts. Okay. Make sure you have your paper handy or your punctuation notes handy. You can add some materials if you so desire. And that you have a pen or pencil to write with. Yes, indeed. So today's class period, boy, it's one of those days. Today's class period will be a shorter one. I know you're excited. So let's get started. Let's come on over here and let's take some notes. We'll focus on the rules today, okay? So we have the comma, the semicolon, the colon, the period, the question mark, and yes, the exclamation point right here, okay, along with their various symbols. We have 3 rules for the comma. Items in a series. What makes a series? How many items do you need? Do you need 2? You need 3? You need 4? What is it? What's the number? You need what? More than 2. Exactly. So let's remember that. Series 2 plus. Exactly. I like fishing, comma, hunting, comma, and skiing. I don't, but that's a good example. Okay. Did you notice I put a comma before the conjunction and? Please remember that. Okay? So we need that comma. Okay? Keep that in mind. And 2 plus. Good job. The second rule is 2 ICs. In other words, 2 independent clauses. 2 ICs, we'll put over here. Joined with what? CCs, yes. Coordinate conjunctions. Exactly. Now keep in mind your ICs, independent clauses, are complete thoughts. Subject and verb. And they can stand on their own. Okay, so keep that in mind. That makes the independent clause. Your coordinate conjunctions are your 7 conjunctions. In other words, memory word is, what was it? Boys fan. So we've got but, or, yet, so, for, and, nor. That's all you have to remember. And you'll have your CCs. Okay? So keep that in mind. She ran to the store, comma, and she bought 20 bananas. Okay? Boy, she's really into bananas. Does that make sense, that example? Okay. Finally, your third rule is what? The DC, in other words, the dependent clause, which is not a complete thought. It could have a subject and a verb, but it's not complete. It tends to want to be linked to an IC, or we could fix the change words, replace, and come up with an IC, but in most cases, it's linked to an IC. Just remember that. Link it to an IC. Okay? So we have a D, we'll put that over here. DC plus IC. Now, here we have our coordinate conjunctions. Here we have our subordinate conjunctions. Do you remember those? Such as although, whenever, when, though, because, if, until, since, and there are many, many more out there. More than 7 CCs. Okay? Now the key with the subordinate conjunctions is that if you didn't include it, you'd have an what? An IC, an independent clause. Good job. Okay? But the minute you throw that word in, you end up with a DC. Although she liked the purse. Okay? That's a DC. You've got to link it. Although she liked the purse, comma, she did not buy it. She did not buy it is an IC. Now it's a complete thought, complete sentence. made up of a DC and an IC. However, if I took although out, she liked the purse, that would be an IC, wouldn't it? But because I put although in front of it, it's a DC. Good job. Any questions? Nope. Okay. Your semicolon. 2 what? ICs. No conjunctions. No conjunctions. No CC. But it's got to be linked in thought. She entered the room. Semicolon. She chose the first chair. It's linked. Chair entering the room goes well together, doesn't it? Okay. That's the easy one. Then you have what? 2 ICs. Joined with what? What special word? Yes, your conjunctive adverb. We'll call them CA. It's not like your CC, but for our purpose today, we'll call it CA. Otherwise, it's just conjunctive adverb. Now there's a list. Not as many as your subordinates, but a little bit more than your coordinates. So you've got words such as however, also, thus, then, furthermore, nevertheless. Okay? So you've got that. 2 ICs and a conjunctive adverb. Again, that's a conjunction. So you know 3 types, and there are more. You got your coordinates, your subordinates, and your conjunctive adverbs. Exactly. Okay, let's come up with something. Okay. She enjoyed math class. However, she did not like working on fractions. She enjoyed math class. Semicolon. However, comma. Please remember that. She did not enjoy working on fractions. So, semicolon, conjunctive adverb, comma. Please remember that. Okay? You've got to have 2 punctuation marks for your CA. All right, good job. Let's go on to the colon. Here's the colon. Love those 2 periods. Okay. The first one is your list, but unlike the items in the series, you just have 2 and you've got a list going. And the colon is neat because it combines rules. Not just the colon rules, but also comma rules. Okay? So our list could be, before we do an example, what are the 2 phrases that tell you the colon is coming? What are they? The following, good, and what? As follows, exactly. So remember, list, we'll call it 2 phrases. Remember that. Example, Cindy needs the following, boy, one a day. Let's try this again. Cindy needs the following clothing articles. Colon, jeans, comma, shirts, comma, and skirts. There's your items in a series rule with the commas. Notice, again, comma, and. Okay, now, if we just go by the list for the colon, all that we need is jeans and skirts. That's it. That's a list. Just make sure you don't put a comma there, and that goes for here too. Again, series is more than 2. I like green, comma, and blue. Does not work. So keep that in mind. Same thing for here. Okay? Good. Keep the phrases in mind. Next one is your explain, clarify. Where you try to make something clear, understandable. Okay? So this is the tougher of the 2. Okay? And keep in mind, before you hit that colon, you tend to have what? A DC or an IC? Yes, an IC, exactly. After the colon, you may have a DC. You may have an IC, it just depends. There is one way for Charles to succeed. Colon, work hard. Work hard explains the one way Charles can succeed. It explains it. It makes that clear. Okay? Questions? Nope. All right, let's move on. Woo! We're nearing the end of the review. The period. Come on. What can be the rule? Yes, it's the end, isn't it? Shirley ate 2 cookies. Period. Okay? Easy. Question mark. Yes, it's all about, wow. It's all about asking. Please do not forget to put that question mark. Do you have a pencil? Please don't put a period. Do you have a pencil? Question mark. Okay, now be careful. What if I say to you, I wonder if he has a pencil? Question or not? I wonder if he has a pencil. What do you think? No, it's not a question. It's a statement. It's one of these. You're right. It would be a period. I wonder if he has a pencil. You're not asking direct. You're not saying, does he have a pencil? No, you're not asking a direct question. You're thinking about it. I wonder if he has a pencil. Keep that in mind. That's the catch with this. So make sure you put the period there. Okay, but don't get it confused with an outright question. Finally, here we are, exclamation, whoops, point. Got so excited. Sorry about that, folks. Exclamation point. Okay, here's a great example. And exclamation points, or mark if you prefer, are all about emotion, excitement. Wow. Okay, so we're going to put it right over here. Emotion. Feeling. Here's a perfect example. Excuses stop here. See? The exclamation point, emotion, feeling. That's what it's all about, exclamation point. Remember, that's the only way when you're writing something, you can tell me that you're excited. And it can come in word form, right? Wow! It could be a phrase, good work. It could be, here she goes again. Okay, any questions? No? All right. So let's go over to the assignment. 2 parts. Prepare for, Prepare for the punctuation test, which is scheduled for next class period. Okay? So you have this information. So if you've been taking notes, you've got this, especially this wonderful example here. Okay? You've got notes from past classes, and you can listen to videos again, go through the videos again, and you should be ready. So make sure you study between today and next class period. Okay? Number 2, we are in the midst, wouldn't you say, of a wonderful essay. You've got paragraph 1. I need you today to work on paragraphs 2 and 3. 2 and 3, which means 2 paragraphs. They are due today. So after you study, please work on this, okay? Or work on the essay first and then study, however you want to do it. But make sure that as soon as you're done with the 2 paragraphs, paragraphs 2 and 3, we're nearing the end. As soon as you're done with them, again, remember, today. Okay, as soon as you're done, send them off to me. And if you have any questions or anything regarding the punctuation, please contact me before test day. Okay? Yes, before the test day. Yes, exactly. Don't ask me as you're trying to do the test. Miss Foster. Okay? So I hope you have a good day. Please study. And you'll be ready. Okay? And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.